another spot up on the polls, and another big win for you guys. What were your thoughts following Saturday's game?
All wins are good wins, and really that of all the goals we have, the only thing that in the end truly matters is to get that W come game day. We did that again, third time this year. Obviously, a lot of things to clean up. 16 penalties. I'll beat you to that question. 16 penalties, far too many. We start working on that today. It's just a matter of going back to practice and making sure that we are able to maintain a focus. And from a coaching standpoint, make sure that the techniques we're teaching, need to carry from practice to game. And we're a little sloppy in that regard on Saturday, and the personal fouls are just something that we will get cleaned up.
You talked last week about trying to spread out the carries and
did a nice job of that.
I was going to say Nick Riccioli goes over 200. His best game as a Jack. For you, obviously you mentioned trying to spread out those carries, but when a guy's doing work like that, how hard is it?
When you have a horse, you're going to ride him, and right now Nick Riccioli is our horse, and he seems to get better as the game goes on. It seems to get better the more he carries the ball, and we have great confidence in him when we ask him to do that. Daniel Wyatt was out in the second half with a knee injury, although he's fine to go now. And Bryson Hodges came in and, when called upon, did a very nice job. But certainly, Nick has shown that he's as good as there is in this conference, and the confidence we have in him when the game is close and we need to run the ball effectively. We know we can turn to number 5 and get that done. So, very deserving for Nick this week for the second time this season, be named the Conference Red Line Offensive Player of the Week. He's up, I think, 7th nationally in rushing right now, averaging over 150 yards a game. And anytime you have a back doing that, your offensive line needs to be mentioned. We got Brett Freidendahl, Max Little, and Elijah Rule, 3 seniors, and then 2 juniors in David Culp, and who am I missing? Dylan Reagan. Okay, and it takes great pressure off of the quarterback, in this case Alex Rump, who played his best game. But if you can run the football, you usually have control over things from an offensive standpoint, and we've been able to do that now 3 weeks in a row.
You talked about Rump, after the game, 296 yards, 3 touchdowns. For you as a coach, how nice is it to have 2 offensive players? Not only a running back is doing well, but a quarterback who can darn near get 300.
It gives us a balance that a successful offense, I believe, must have. And obviously Alex, first-year starter, big shoes to fill with Mike Prue's graduation and all, and kind of thrust into that starting role late in the summer. Boy, he's responded in such a positive way, and he's doing everything we ask of our quarterback right now. He's managing the game very effectively. He's a student of the game. He'll watch a great deal of tape. He'll ask some very, very good questions. He prepares himself the way top quarterbacks need to. And he's not trying to do too much. I think that's probably the most important thing with Alex right now. He's sticking to our plan. He understands his role as part of that plan, and he's not trying to do too much. To go 3 games without an interception, I think he's nearing 80 attempts without an interception. To give you some perspective, the quarterbacks in this league, the next nearest quarterbacks have 7 or 8 interceptions after 3 games. Alex has yet to throw one. I don't want to jinx that, but he's making very good decisions, doing exactly what we need him to do.
You mentioned the penalties a little bit. This is a team that looks like they play with a lot of intensity and a lot of emotion. And one of the the positives of that, it helps out on the field. Definitely one of the negatives is that sometimes it does lead to penalties. For you as a coach, how hard is it to walk that line between playing with a lot of emotion and not going over the line?
We need to make sure that we continue to play with great emotion and high energy, and we've done that. Again, we also have to understand that there's just a line you cannot cross, and we had I think 3 personal fouls that all 3 of those players came in, apologized to me after the fact, and they're remorseful for that action. But again, it was, and I said it's got a more the energy and the exuberance getting, that needs to be controlled a little bit, but you certainly don't want to take that away. This is a game, and all games are meant to be enjoyed and have fun, and we want our players to have fun. They just got to understand there's certain lines you can't cross and certain things you cannot do, and again, those things are easy to get cleaned up. They truly are. Again, we need to just make sure that we channel that energy in the right way.
talk a little about Dixie State. They're undefeated so far this year. What challenges do they pose?
A lot of challenges, obviously. They're going to be there's going to be a tremendous emotion level there at Dixie as we play them on Saturday. They've won 2 straight. They're undefeated in conference. They already have a big win in versus Western Oregon. We're walking into an environment where we expect a large crowd, tremendously high emotional situation because of the excitement level. This is a team in Dixie that won just 1 game a year ago. So to be off to a 2-1 start overall, a 2-0 start in conference, they're very, very excited. And we have seen already that we know with our standing as the defending conference champion, the national ranking that we now have, we should expect and can expect that we're going to get every opponent's best shot. We got that from Simon Fraser. We're going to get that from Dixie. We need to be at our very absolute best. With a difficult road trip, we need to be at our very best come game time. It's going to be 90-plus degrees down there at game time, and we just need to be able to continue to do the things that we do and be ready for the emotion and the momentum swings that we'll see that evening.
You mentioned the road trip. It's a long bus ride for you guys. Headed out there, how do you keep the team focused and keep that energy level up after an 800-mile journey?
Well, we're used to trips. We truly are. When you live in Arcata, and every trip's going to be a long trip, and for us, the majority of our trips are these type of trips where we leave on Thursday and return sometime Sunday. And so it's nothing new to us. We've done it. If you add a couple hours to it, which is what we'll be doing going to St. George, Utah, it really doesn't make that big a difference. And I do believe that there's a positive in it, that we're able to get our 54-man travel squad together for the 48 hours prior to the game and really get them focused. We travel well. There's a lot of team bonding, I think, that takes place when you travel like we do. And it's from a coaching standpoint, we truly believe that the way we schedule our travel, our road trips, allows us to really gain the players' focus and prepare them gradually as we move towards game time. And we've been a good road team in previous years, the last couple of years, and I don't see why it should change this year.
That's all the questions.
Okay.